You know, I'm trying to think the number of times I've walked this beaten path. It's about a 100-minute walk from the house to Burton train station, and I'm just thinking back to all those times I've done this walk, all for cars. I would have done the walk to pick up Dottie for the first time from Peak 2CV. I'd have gone again, of course, on the same walk to go and pick up Dottie when all the restoration was finished and looking lovely. I've done this walk for Reggie on the train and once on the bus, and now today. Well, today's a special day, everyone, because I am about to pick up and hopefully get home safely the car I've always wanted. If you know me personally, or even if you just watch the channel, you probably actually know what the car is that I'm going to be picking up. But out of all the cars that I currently have, and may have in the future, who knows, this has always been the one. Now, some of you might watch it and, well, you might fast forward just to see what it is. My first drive in my new MG Metro, everyone. Let's go home. Well, this takes me straight back to 1990, everyone. Shut the window a minute. So this, and I'll put some images on the video now, is my new MG Metro. I owned a G-Reg red MG Metro back in 1990. It's now 2022 and I'm sitting in one again, and I'm absolutely a kid in a sweet shop. Now this car has already been christened. It's been christened Millie, and Millie's now got a 50-60 mile drive back home to Derbyshire. Oh, it just, I cannot begin to explain what a wonderful feeling it is to be back in an MG Metro. It's for people that are watching this video that have ever done what I've done, and I'm sure there's many, where you go and buy a car from your past and recreates memories from your past. 1990 has just come flooding back to me, and it's absolutely amazing. I love this car already. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day this is. Listen to that A+ engine with that distinctive sound of gearbox in sump. Listen. Oh, even better when I don't crunch the gears. We'll do that again. There's spots of water in the air, I don't want it to get wet. Currently 5 to 7 on the 6th of June 2022, and I will cherish this day for the rest of my life. And if that sounds an exaggeration, well, that's just tough. But if you're a petrol head, you're going to know that, aren't you? Millie's ticking over just a little bit too fast now she's warmed up. But you know, 32 years old. Whilst I'm sure Millie's really good, we're going to get it even better. The gears are lovely and smooth. Listen to that sound, everyone, listen to that sound. That's an A+ engine right there. But this is the MG model. So Millie would have had 72 horses when she left Longbridge. 72. I don't know how many she's got now. But at the end of the day, I've got red carpets, red seat belts. It's got to make it faster, isn't it? What do you reckon? And that raughty, sporty exhaust note. starting to remember just how small mirrors are. The exterior mirrors on Millie's are really small. They are remote adjustable, of course, but they don't adjust very far. I'm in an MG Metro, everyone. I think I might just start saying that every few minutes, and I'm going to have to pinch myself. Look, I'm in an MG Metro, and we're going home. Following the channel a while, everyone, thank you first of all for following the channel. Did you guess what the car was? I think the thumbnail I'll probably have chosen for this video kind of give it away anyway, but did you guess the car? What do you think of an MG Metro? Let me know in the comments. Do you like them? Do you absolutely despise them? Obviously, I'm the former of that one, as I've just gone and spent money buying Millie. So, I know I haven't yet done a video of all the cars I've owned. I'm on about car number 40, 41, something like that, which I know 40, 41 cars for a 54-year-old probably not that exciting for a petrol head really, but I've loved every car that I've owned, and I'll do a video, or I'll probably split it into 2 videos for the cars I've owned. Why is it the MG Metro? Why is the MG Metro the one that's so special? I can remember going to pick it up at what was, I think it was RH Collier's of Birmingham's, sort of. They had a separate business called Car Fair. Now, if you're local to Birmingham and you're from the 80s and 90s, or you know that area in the 80s and 90s, you would probably know Car Fair. So Car Fair was like the second-hand version, or like just another car lot of second-hand cars that was owned under the umbrella group of Colliers. Well, I remember going to, I think it was Acox Green, in fact I'm sure it was Acox Green in Birmingham. I remember going there in 1990, seeing this G-Reg red MG Metro, falling in love with it, buying it. And it was back in the day when I never used to try and get any money off cars as well, so I guess I paid full price for the car. I remember a collection day, jumping in the car, and even though I paid full price for the car, I remember having to go along that little bit of dual carriageway from Car Fair, turning around, doubling back on myself and pulling straight up at the, I think it was a Jet petrol station over the road to fill it up, because although I paid good money for the car, they hadn't put any fuel in. And then I just remember having a lot of fun. Now I do appreciate that I don't think you could ever have called the MG Metro, even in the 80s, a hot hatch. Nowadays, I guess we'd refer to them as a warm hatch. Maybe even a lukewarm hatch. Let's call it a warm hatch. 72 horsepower, even in the 80s. Wouldn't have been the fastest car probably on the market in its class. But it just looked right. The seats, the interior trim, the red seat belts with the red carpet, the characterful, in my opinion, A+ engine under the bonnet, the 1275 engine with 72 horsepower, as we've already said in the video, but I'm going to keep repeating myself because I'm just too excited. It feels like I've had a good dose of caffeine, but it's actually the car that's giving me the hit. You understand, don't you? And I just remember having a lot of fun with it. Absolutely cracking car. So, of all the cars I've owned, the 40, 41, however many cars it is, if I've owned 42 cars, shall we say, in my life, the MG Metro was the one always. Out of all the cars I've owned, the MG Metro out of all the cars I've owned, everyone, the MG Metro is definitely the one that my heart stuck with. Out of all the cars I've owned, everyone, the MG Metro is the one, the car out of all of them that I just had to recreate. And I feel really lucky that I've been able to find a car that is identical, apart from the lack of TD wheels. But if you know your Metros, you'll know why this car has no longer got TD wheels on it. We'll do a video about that in the future, but let's just say there aren't many Metros with TD wheels on anymore. This car has got what would have been an option and standard on the turbo model. It's got alloy wheels. My one, of course, would have had TD wheels with wheel covers. It's in this picture, the only picture for some reason of my MG Metro. But of course, whilst I can't believe I only took one picture of my favourite car, well, I didn't know that it was going to be my all-time favourite car, did I? Obviously it lived many years since then, but it's also back in a time before smartphones, so taking pictures meant taking a few pictures on a camera and then sending them off. Do you remember those days? To like TruePrint, waiting a couple of weeks for them to come back. So this picture, yes, it's back on the video again, everyone. This picture is very important to me because it's the only picture I have of G228UDB, which unfortunately is no longer on the road, but G854TBD is definitely on the road. It's on the M42 and I'm sitting in it and I'm just so happy. See that on the camera. It says 10:13 PM. It's currently nearly 7:10. I'm in an MG Metro and it's mine. Oh dear. I have got some plans for this now. We're not going to go all radical. For me, it's all about getting the car as original as possible. So keen viewers will note it has not got the correct stereo in. I've already got one lined up. A very good person I met in this video at this show has got one in his garage, I guess, in his lockup. But then he does collect stuff Austin Rover, and he owns at least a couple of cars of the same make. He's got a Rover 200 that he took to the Ragley Hall Classic Car Show, and he's got a Maestro. Well, Peter, the fine fellow that he is, has got the correct stereo for this car, and I'll be buying it off him. Looking forward to it. The wheels, unfortunately, they're black. I don't know why they're black. I do know why they're black. They've been painted black, but they're not supposed to be black. And although it does look, you know, the same as my Clio, this Clio, My RS has got he's a red, my Clio RS is a red car with black wheels. This car shouldn't have it, so it's going to be put back to silver. I'll be taking it to the same place as I took Reggie to get his wheels refurbished. They did a good job, so I'll go back there and get them to do this. It also needs another parcel shelf. I've been informed by that young fine fellow on YouTube, Ed Westbeam, that they're quite a unique parcel shelf for the MG Metro and the Turbo. It's got like the little catch on the back that clips it to the back of the backrest of the seat, or should I say the backrest of the rear seat. Well, I need another one, I need a replacement, because like many people, including me, in the 80s, someone has put speakers in the parcel shelf of this car. Whilst I'm sure them speakers are fine, you just can't do it, it's a big no-no. So there's 3 things already that I want doing to Millie. There'll be plenty of other stuff as well, of course. Why not subscribe to the channel and follow Millie's story? The subscribe button will be at the end of the video, or you could just search for the subscribe button, of course. But we do value all our subscribers. Why not hit that button? It's free to subscribe to the Live to Drive channel, and just follow us with the cars that we have on the fleet, of which the MG Metro is now one of them. At the time of filming this, there's another car joining the fleet, maybe sooner than we think now, although it's took a while. I ordered a car from Japan. I ordered it, I think, end of January this year, and it's now June. Well, it's currently on a roll-on, roll-off ferry, and at the time of filming, I think it's about to dock in Zeebrugge. It's come all the way from Nagoya, which of course is in Japan, you know. So once it leaves Zeebrugge, it's going to stop at Southampton. I can't even say it with the excitement of this car. It's going to stop at Southampton, everyone. And then it's going to spend a few weeks probably at the IVA testing centre that's in Southampton, surprisingly enough. Lee, the owner of that business, will get it all ready for the UK roads and registered with the DVLA. But what is it? Well, as I keep putting on Twitter, I keep using the hashtag, it's not a Skyline. It is a JDM import, but it's not a Nissan Skyline. It's a lot more humble, but it's a car that I have wanted for a long time, and it's finally coming. You may not understand it when you see it, you may even have a little chuckle or even a big laugh at it, and that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to ask you to understand that for me, sitting here in this MG Metro, have I said that already? For me, sitting here, it's a car that I really want, and I'm looking forward to it becoming part of the fleet. It's already got a name, but the name would kind of probably give it away. So for now, we'll just say it's a JDM import. It's on a roll-on, roll-off ferry, and it'll be joining us soon on this very channel. Do you know, I'm tempted now, everyone, to come off the boring M42 at some point, do a bit of back road driving, get the feel for this car, see how it really does behave. Not rally it around the roads, but just to see how it behaves, and fill it up with fuel. What do you reckon? Mileage check for the MG Metro. Millie is on 47,673. Now 47,674. Piling on the moles already. Sorry, Millie. So if you're watching this video, have you had an MG Metro or a Metro Turbo in your life? Was it a Mark 1? Was it a Mark 2 like we're sitting in now? Let me know in the comments. Did Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know in the comments. Did you have a warm or hot hatch in the 80s? You know what's coming, don't you? Let me know in the comments. missing its cigarette lighter. Need to get one of them, preferably an unused one. Well, we're still on the M42, but I am currently computing where to come off, go on some nice roads and find a good filling station that doesn't want a second mortgage to fill up. Although the size of the petrol tank in the Metro, surely even on today's prices, surely it won't break the bank. Although who knows. Still got the matte look, they go missing, that's good, but it doesn't have the sunroof bag. They're like gold dust, so I'll be on the lookout for a sunroof bag. Might be a bit long. Still got the rubber mat on the dashboard, look everyone, that's good, they can go missing. It doesn't have the sunroof bag. These would have come with a sunroof bag because this roof, you can unclip it. Used to have a storage bag. Now they really are gold dust at the minute, very difficult to find, but you know, allow this naive chap sitting here driving his MG Metro to believe that he might find one for sale one day. I wonder if Peter's got a sunroof bag. So it's good to see, look, they've still got the mat on the dashboard. They sometimes go walkies. What it doesn't have is a sunroof bag. Now when the MG Metro was sold brand new, because these roofs unclip from the roof, they came with a storage bag. I seem to remember mine had one. Well, of course, what we didn't know back then, but I know now, is they're as rare as rocking. So I'm going to want to try and source one. Might be being a bit naive there, but allow my naivety, everyone. I'm going to try and source one. Maybe Peter, who's going to be supplying the correct radio cassettes for the car, maybe he's got one, you never know. I'll be asking him. So the weather keeps threatening drizzle. Look, tiny dots on the windscreen. I'm hoping that it doesn't rain. I want to get Millie back in the dry. Because I'm old, everyone, this G-Reg MG Metro has got the higher up fuel filler, so I haven't got to bend down. It's up here. The old ones hid behind a flap and they were low down, so you just had to fill up bending over. bit old for that. This one is handily at the top. So we're going to put some of Tesco's finest in. I think they call it Exilium, don't they? Good old 99 Ron, super unleaded. Plane coming in, we're just going past Birmingham International Airport. You might even see it on camera in a sec, but then you might not. You'll have to trust me, it's just there. They look big when you're underneath, don't they? The interior trim, it looks in really good nick. Now, as I've already said in this video, we'll do a proper walk around video for Millie, and of course Millie will appear on the channel many times in the future. It's not perfect, Millie's not perfect, but at 32 years old, that's to be expected. We will show the warts and all in a future video. Sitting here being passed by almost everyone, but I'm the happiest person on the motorway, in my humble opinion, biased opinion. I know I could go quicker, but I want to spend a bit of time with Millie, want to check mechanicals, get it looked over properly. Whilst I've got every confidence it would sit at 70 on the motorway all day long, this is the first drive for me with Millie, so we're hovering at 50-55 mile an hour. The engine's doing about 3,000 revs, because of course the A series engine with the gearbox and sump has only got 4 gears. I just want to be gentle with Millie until we get to know her better. Does mean I get passed by big trucks, but I don't care. They even thank me for letting them in. On. Oh, look at the lovely red glow on the dashboard. Lovely, 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 and lovely. The early Metros was green, the later ones was, we'll call it orange, but it's lovely. I did flash you in, but you weren't looking. Drizzle's trying again. you could see that Mini Countryman that's just gone past everyone. Well, the wipers are good, well done. Not much of a triangle of doom, as Ian Seabrook would say, of Hub Nut fame. That Mini, now you think back to the Mini that would have been around when this MG Metro was sold. It was smaller because it was a Mini. Now look at them, they're huge. Made this MG Metro look small. Never flashed so many truck drivers back into the lane. Flashing with lights, just to clarify. Come on then everyone, as I said earlier, I'm a happy boy, reliving 1990. Many of you watching this video will have no doubt have done something similar. You'll have bought a car from your past, or maybe you've owned that car all the time from original in the past. Maybe you've always owned it, but otherwise you've done what I've done. You're trying to recreate that time in your life when you were having fun. I'm not saying I'm not having fun now, of course, but you know what I'm saying. Let me know what car it was. Let me know what your favourite car was, particularly if it's an 80s car, because I love 80s cars. Drop me a note in the comments below. What was your favourite 80s car that you've owned? I just had to remember that the flick function, it's also got variable intermittent function though. Look at that on the wipers, but the flick function is pulled towards you. I forgot that. What you'll see, even though it's probably still be quite a long video knowing me, you'll see an edited down version of my drive home, but for once I'm actually going to keep all the footage from the very beginning of this drive. I shall keep it just for a memento for myself. Maybe I'll stick it on YouTube one day, but there'll be a lot of not talking and me just sitting there with a smile on my face, and you probably can't even see the smile at that camera angle, everyone. I want to keep all the footage of this, because this is really, really, really a big, special day for me. We're already by junction 9 of the M42, which is Kingsbury, if you're not familiar with the area. Junction for the Belfry golf course. Setting up the camera for this first drive home video, because it was ticking over at the side of the road, I thought Millie was running a little hot, and I realised I was looking at the fuel gauge. Silly boy. Can't shoot me for it. I'm at a funny age. They even got an MG keyring with the car. Dangling happily here. It's got to be worth the money, innit? 47,697. Nope. 698. 47,698. The MG Metro has even got the opening rear quarter lights, so rear passengers can get a bit of fresh air. You get bronze tinted glass, which for the Rover Metro became green tinted glass. But these Metros either had clear or bronze, and this therefore being the MG Metro is bronze. I've just noticed it's got a windscreen made by the people I used to work for, Pilkington. The side glass is Splintex. I'm not actually sure, but someone watching this video will know what the MG Metro would have come as standard. It's quite common for cars to have a different make of windscreen to the side glass, because it really just depends on the deal that they got with the glass manufacturer at the time. It's also quite common for all the glass to match, but it doesn't, in its own right, that doesn't necessarily mean it's had a windscreen replacement. But I would be quite surprised if Millie hasn't had a windscreen replaced in 32 years. But anyway, has a Pilkington glass. Splintex at the sides. I'll have a good look at the make of glass another day when Millie's safely home. So this MG Metro and the Metro Turbos, and probably one or two other grades as well, had bronze glass, and the lower grade models had clear glass. When the Metro became the Rover Metro, that tint went to green, but as this is an MG Metro, it's got bronze glass. And I've just noticed it's got Pilkington windscreen. Used to work for Pilkington. The door glasses I can see are Splintex. Now that is actually quite common for vehicles to have a different make of windscreen to the rest of the glass, or maybe the front screen and the rear screen. Just depends on what deal the car manufacturer got with the glass manufacturer at the time. However, I would be surprised if Millie's on the original windscreen, being since 32 years old. Used the first one. First one was much better. Turn the lights off because it's kind of getting brighter, even though it's 7:45 in the evening. I've just noticed that the door glass and doubtless other glass in the car has been etched with the windscreen. I'll do that again, shall I? I've just noticed that the door glass, and no doubt probably the rest of the glass behind me, has been etched with the number plate for the car. Now, etching number plates was a big thing in the 80s and 90s as a sort of a bit of an anti-theft deterrent. If fact, when I was a fitting centre manager for Auto Windscreens in Stafford, we used to offer that service for free. Although I never used to like offering that service for free, because if the technician made a mistake, you'd have to change the glass, of course. But anyway, the number plate I've just noticed that's etched in the glass is different to that that's on Millie, but there is a logical reason why. I've got paperwork that's been given to me with the sale of the car that it had a personal plate on it, and the personal plate is what's been etched on the glass. You never know, I might change that one day, but I would keep the glass, of course, that's in Millie at the moment. But I might get round to changing that one day, just so that I don't have to look at incorrect number plate on the glass. I'm just that kind of guy. Funny enough, it says Guy in the number plate. Looks like it's, I'm reading it backwards, of course, on the door glass, but it looks like it says G550 Guy. So it maintained the year marker for the G-Reg Metro, MG Metro that this is, but it's a personal plate that's no longer on the car. And that's fine by me, everyone, that's fine by me. Keeping good time, but it's the wrong time. I guess it's keeping good time because it says quartz. It's got to be good, innit? Do you reckon? If I was a betting man, I reckon that we're going to find that this car's running a little bit rich. But we're going to get Millie, we're going to get Millie into a specialist at some point and have a good check over. And if it is running rich, or should I say if she's running rich, then of course we'll get that sorted while it's with the specialist. Now I have chosen a specialist that works a hell of a lot with A+ engined Minis and Metros. More about that in a future video. Small fuel tank and me doing about 60 miles, 50-60 miles tonight. I'm watching the petrol gauge. It was on half, it's getting nearer the quarter, but not too far to go now. Fill her up with some Tesco stuff, the good stuff. Are you fussy with fuel? Or maybe you don't think that there's much difference in it? Let me know. I am fussy with fuel. All my cars are treated to super unleaded, whether it's 97 RON or tonight Tesco's Exilium 99 RON. It's 10 to 8. Hasn't taken long to get from Droitwich to Derbyshire. Partly aided, of course, by the fact that Droitwich is very close to the M5 and M42 link, so I'm sure I said early in the video I was going to go down some lanes with this car, but I've ended up staying on the 42. Just have to save that for another day. seats are really comfortable. Well, they were in 1989, 1990, but they've gone a bit saggy since. They still look nice. A few little marks, but they look nice. But they do feel a tiny bit bereft of padding now. Shall I add to the cost and just see if I can get them improved? I guess I probably will, won't I? Knowing me. Good track that would have been out in 1989, 1990. Ride on Time. Was it Ride on Time? Or Right on Time? Can't remember. It used to go, Ride on Time, Ride on Time, Ride on Time. A bit repetitive. And obviously sung a lot better. I was thinking what I used to listen to when I was driving this same car all them years ago. Millie worth the 2.5 hours walk today. In fact, it was probably over 2.5 hours walk from where I live to Burton train station, and then from Droitbridge train station to the seller's address. Yes, of course, Millie was worth it. That and the fact I enjoy walking anyway, but absolutely worth it. Was a little interesting though, because the last couple of roads were country lanes with no paths, but you know, still here. It's all good. Been boring. Coming off now. Get my foot's aching keeping it in one place that whole time. Not fast enough for some people, am I? Look, do they not understand this is an MG Metro? Take you all on. only joking. Well, everyone, as I arrive at Ashby de la Zouch Tesco's to film Millie up, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching my collection video, everyone. Please consider subscribing to the channel. You can follow us, follow the stories of Millie now that she's joined the Live to Dry fleet. Hit that like button if you enjoyed watching me pick up Millie on this collection video, and I'll see you soon, everyone.